Which K-pop idol do you think should become Gucci's next male ambassador? There's currently a vacancy for a male idol brand ambassador at Gucci, which is one of the most prestigious luxury brands in the world. This is a super desirable position for a K-pop idol, but honestly, not every idol is cut out for this job. So as a K-pop stan that follows the fashion industry very closely, here are my top picks for K-pop idols that I think would actually suit the role of a Gucci brand ambassador. And some of these are kind of hot takes, so make sure to tune in for the entire list and let me know what you think. But to help you understand and be better able to assess whether or not these idols actually suit Gucci, I'm going to teach you a little bit about the brand, its aesthetic, its current situation with K-pop idols, and why I think the brand even needs a new K-pop idol ambassador. Gucci is an Italian brand that was founded in 1921, so they have over 100 years of history. The brand recently hired a new creative director named Sabato De Sarno, and this is actually one of the main reasons why I even think they need a new male idol brand ambassador, and I'll get more into that later. The new creative director, Sabato De Sarno, has been working hard to introduce a refreshed aesthetic for Gucci, moving it away from the previous flamboyant and maximalist aesthetic we've all come to associate with the brand. The new Gucci menswear collections have become quite sleek and elegant, I would say, and the looks are even further elevated with these bold new accessories. Can you guys already imagine any K-pop idols that would suit this vibe? Moving on to Gucci's current situation with K-pop idols, so the brand currently has Hani from NewJeans as their global brand ambassador. I actually made a video reviewing Hani's debut solo campaign for Gucci, so if you want to learn more about Gucci's women's wear and the relationship with Hani, make sure to check out that video. Gucci also has IU and J Park as brand ambassadors, but to be honest with you guys, I don't really consider them to be K-pop idols in a contemporary context because at this point, I feel like they speak to a very different audience. They also have Kai from EXO as a brand ambassador, and I think Kai is probably the idol that we think or we associate most with Gucci, but he's currently serving in his mandatory enlistment, so we won't be seeing him work with Gucci for a while. The main reason why I think that Gucci needs a new male idol brand ambassador is that in order to accelerate the materialization of Sabato De Sarno's vision for Gucci, the brand needs to utilize idols that can effectively communicate Sabato's new aesthetic. Like if Gucci wants us to detach the old image that comes to mind when we think of the brand, they need to be able to show us what the new look is, right? They need to be able to show us what the new aesthetic is. And one way they can quickly do this is to utilize ambassadors that align with their new aesthetic and that can show it to a large audience of people. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? K-pop idols in this case would be perfect to do just that. Even though Kai from EXO as a candidate could do this, personally, I don't think that Sabato De Sarno would want to utilize Kai because Kai has become so synonymous with Gucci's previous aesthetic. Like he even did a whole collaboration collection with Gucci before in that maximalist aesthetic. So yeah, now that you got a quick little debrief on Gucci and why they need a new brand ambassador, let's get into some possible options. These are the K-pop idols that I truly believe have the potential to become great Gucci ambassadors, each for their own different reasons. Starting with the most obvious choice, we have Lino from Stray Kids. Lino actually attended Gucci's cruise show in London back in May, so he's somewhat already on Gucci's radar. And he also put some insane numbers on the board for them, which if you know these brands, like they love the numbers. One of his Instagram posts for the Gucci show got over 2 million likes, which is like a 50% engagement rate. That's like an incredibly high, I can't even describe it to you guys, that's an incredibly high engagement rate, even for the world of K-pop. Also, I really think it's worth noting that in terms of K-pop fandoms, I really do think that stays are one of the most engaged fandoms when it comes to amplifying whatever that Stray Kids is doing. And this is super important for brands because brands like to see that the fans are engaged in a meaningful way, not just like spamming. It also helps that it's proven that Lino can look great in Gucci. He looked fantastic at the Gucci cruise show wearing a suit in Gucci's signature GG monogram. He also wore the matching necktie and creepers, two of the new accessories by Sabato De Sarno, which I think are really great. A strategic choice that could potentially be really great for Gucci is Jun from 17. Jun is a great candidate for Gucci because him and 17 already have a very established fandom. And I think because they've been around for so long, their fandom skews slightly older, which is actually very important because typically older people have more of a spending power than younger fans, right? Another crucial point that makes Jun potentially a very valuable candidate is because he's a Chinese idol, he can speak to both the Chinese market and a K-pop audience. China is one of the most important markets for Gucci, so to have someone be able to reach such a wide audience would be incredibly valuable for them. And on that same vein, I think that Zhang Hao from Zero Base One could also be an excellent choice. He's already experiencing massive popularity worldwide and in China, and I think that visually he matches the brand's aesthetic quite well. And I think there's something to be said about a brand that's willing to take a risk and sign a K-pop idol early on in the career rather than trying to go after like a safer choice. Them signing Jang Hao kind of shows that they're on the pulse as a brand and what's happening in contemporary culture and the K-pop industry. What do you guys think of the options so far? Let me know in the comments, and make sure to subscribe if you want to keep learning about fashion and K-pop, because this is FashionULT, your K-pop stan inside scoop on the industry. The K-pop idol that I personally think would match Gucci best in terms of aesthetic is most definitely Taemin from SHINee. Taemin has this kind of androgynous and elegant type of visual that I think is super rare and that I think Gucci could utilize very well. He has the ability to look great in a wide range of outfits. He looks great in classical tailoring, but then he also looks really cool in the more eccentric stage type of outfits. Because Taemin is such an established artist, I feel like he has a certain ease and aura to him that's rare within the industry. Plus, I think if he's ever able to attend a Gucci show with Kai, like that would be so major, like very, very major. And finally, the FashionULT top choice and Gucci's cheat code to Kevin's heart would definitely be the Boys Bermuda line. I think it would be super cool for Gucci, or any brand for that matter, to sign a Bermuda line from a K-pop group. And in Gucci's case, I really do think that the Boys Bermuda line would be very suitable for them. Signing a Bermuda line would actually allow these brands or Gucci to present a very strong visual image, but without all the drawbacks of having to sign an entire K-pop group. Even if they just sign a duo like Younghoon and Hyunjae, not only would it be unprecedented, but it would actually show that Gucci is very much tuned in to the world of K-pop. The bias in me really jumped out a little bit there because the Boys is actually one of my alt groups. They're one of the best looking groups across the board, and honestly, I'm surprised they're not involved with fashion in a more meaningful way. Okay, those were my picks. They're so good, right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did you think of my picks? Who do you think should be Gucci's next ambassador? Who did I miss? Who did not deserve to be on the list at all? So let me know. And be honest, because this is FashionULT, a place where K-pop stans can finally join the fashion chat.